Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of our beautiful canal town here in City Skylines. But today we are going to continue the expansions, hopefully build some brand new residential areas, which is going to then lead up to connecting more canal lines, because at the end of the day guys, this is canal town, and also kind of integrate more with the industrial area that we built last episode as well. Now if you are enjoying this series and want to see more, then make sure you smash that like button down below, and if you're new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. But we are back, boys. We are back, and this is what we got set up last episode. Now there's a few little issues here and there. These guys complaining that there's, oh no, okay, it's now abandoned. Okay, these guys complaining that there's not enough workers, which is what we're going to be setting up today. Is the ability to have more kind of residential around nearby to kind of provide the workers, and eventually then set up the public transport systems to bring workers over. It's quite exciting. So we have a few little issues to begin with, but I don't. It's a tough one, because even though they look like they are issues, like we got like a lot of traffic coming down right now, this area is going to get a lot worse, and it's the initial traffic moving in, and then we're going to see what happens. But there's a few little bits and bobs that I do want to get done. So this is my plan today: sort this junction out, and by what I mean by sort it out is bulk up the slip roads to 2 lanes, so we can get double the traffic turning in and out. Connect this road here to a bridge to there. And then start to plan out some of the routes for where you're going to have all the residential down. And then maybe start thinking about a new canal route coming through here as well. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how it all goes. But as of right now, it seems to be running pretty smoothly. A few little hiccups here and there still yet to kind of accomplish. But it ain't too bad. It ain't too bad. So what we'll do, we'll first start with this junction. Okay. We'll first start with this junction, and what we'll do is we'll get the highway and we're going to bulk it up to a 2-lane road. So reason for it is it allows us then to have 2 vehicles turn in and on and off, whatever way you want to look at it, to the actual kind of road itself, and then we can kind of split the traffic. So if I just pause for a minute, wait, hold on, is this a single lane? That's a single lane, isn't it? Interesting. Okay. So 4-lane road, I didn't realise that was a singular lane. I mean, I can upgrade it to this, where there's then 2 lanes. And still have the trees in the middle, so you're not really missing out on anything. I didn't realise that. So anyway, this is we're going to set up the turns for us just there that don't cross any traffic. Then these turns here are going to be crossing the traffic, but you can see how it then works. We've got dedicated lanes for whichever way they're trying to pretty much head in. So beautiful, and I'll do the same over here then. So that goes that way, this goes this way. So it just pretty much allows us to have multiple vehicles, 2 vehicles at a time, utilizing the junction of the same road. So we just literally replicate it down there. Whether or not they use it or not, it's up to them. But you can see when I got 2 vehicles turning off, where that one there would have had to wait until all this cleared through. Granted, there's still a lot of clearing we need to do, but it allows us to have that ability to get through the backlog a little bit quicker than usual, which is glorious. But we also do need alternative routes for them to kind of negotiate and navigate through. So the rural road, we got this road here that we're using, the slightly bulkier style. We're going to bring this elevated all the way up and over just to there. And then we need to get this connected into here. So I reckon what I do is I delete back by a little bit. Not saying that a full-on bend would be amazing, but we'll come out by another 10. Oh, we've actually got to elevate this road. I've just realised how we need to elevate this road. Oh, we've got more work than I thought we had. There's more work involved here than I thought there was originally. So if I kind of come down to here, kind of give it... Oh, that's not even elevating. To there. And then if I bring this down to here. Beautiful. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this node, this node, this node, this node, and this node, and this node. And I'm going to make these go above the train tracks. Seems quite high. Right, but once we do the gradients right now, it should be pretty good. Bam, and it doesn't seem as ridiculous. And I can also lower the train track as well, which I'm going to do. This one's a little bit shorter, so I'm not sure how this one's going to play out. 4.5% gradient. I mean, I could go all the way back to here, which puts it to a 4.1. Which is fair enough. We'll try and get that to bend a little bit more. And then we'll slightly reduce you. And then reduce you. To then just get a little bit of movement on the go. With that a little bit lower. You see that train going underneath it right there, which is perfectly fine. And then we'll get the rest of this all set up. So that's now all done. I can slightly rest a little bit easier. Connection tool coming in. So we'll go for the nice little bend. There we go. Oh, that's all elevated. Damn it. I was doing so well as well. Yeah, I was doing so well until that. But we've sorted it out. Not a problem. And we just now need to get this. Well, in reality, I just need to get this here, but undo that. It's a little bit harder than you think. Oh, the node's there. I thought it was somewhere else. So just a slight little bump to kind of go over the edges of the canal system. And then we have this road navigating over. So quite an epic that was, believe it or not. That was a lot more of an epic than I originally thought it was going to be. But we've kind of given us that additional access. The bulkage in the road that we've created has dwindled down the backlog, which is good to see. Probably going to have to stick around about here at some point. But now we're pretty much ready to kind of start building the beautiful residential area. So what I'm going to do here then, this is going to be interesting. I've got an idea of what I want to do. That's an 11. So if I stick this out by 11, right, down to there is 31. So if I go to 20 there, that's 11 there, and then go this way. So if I go by a 20 or a 10, let's just go by the 10. And then cut us in. Right, this is what I want to do here. I'm going to use the parallel tool. And I want to see how this is going to look. If I go from there all the way to here. And if I get this to then be aligned. What we're saying, 88, do you reckon that looks good enough? Bam. Right. So that now is equal space going all the way around. Which is actually quite cool. And that was an 88, by the way. That was an 88. So if I do the exact same thing again, but obviously flip it. 88. Now that's quite interesting to what it does here. Right, it doesn't really play ball as much. So we'll try and see if I can do some type of a bend. So 8. Right, if I do a 5 by 5. And then just run it like this. It's as good as you're really going to ultimately get it. You ain't going to get it too much better than that, basically. There to there. Perfect. So that kind of connects into here. That can just kind of run down. If it will allow me to get to that 10. There we go. Beautiful. So, I'm just able now to create these cool little connections. So if I ran down 10 and then did a 30 just here, so I can run that straight up. Alright, run that into there, delete this little section. There we go. And then we kind of have to then make up our own mind of where we want it. Like, there seems to be a straight bit just there I can utilize. And that should be all the connectors there. So I don't really want it too gritty, even though I'm kind of doing a lot of grids right now. But I do like the little bit of character that it does throw in from time to time. So I reckon we grid it off to here. And then it all goes a little bit skawoof as we now continue. So what would be kind of cool as well is to then also parallel it from there down to, let's just go down to here. And then do the, where's the marker? The 88. So I got the space coming off it. Now, does that stick to the ground or does that also elevate as well? That's also going to elevate, which kind of annoying, but I can fix this. I can truly fix this. So if I grab you, align to the object height of you, and then that one's fine over there. And then we just quickly grab this alignment and go from there to there. Add that in, no stress. So I've got a boundary road to the highway that I can then use. So I'm going to delete back to here. So that boundary road there, I can literally just run into it like this to kind of create these little edges. And then we just kind of come off it as and where we like. So that's almost like a diagonal. And if I brought this down to the 16 there, to kind of cut this. What's happening here? Well, they didn't like that, did they? They did not like that. There we go. And that is a 16. So if I do a... Ooh, I don't know if the 6 would work. But I could smash it with a little bit of a 10 by 10 bend to cut straight in. And then we just roll from this. So we got these open spaces. I could do like a little bit of a park area somewhere as well. Maybe I could save it for there or even do it in here. So you could kind of go a little bit easy on the old bends. But it's just a case of trying now to figure out little spots where if I went by an 8 here, trying to get it all now to flow in. There we go. And it ends that run just there. Thinking about this next one here, so if I kind of I'm trying to think, if I came like here, stuck this out by a little bit more, 13 by 13, like that. And this is where you can start creating neighborhood style like cul-de-sacs and whatnot. This is the cool thing about it. So I could kind of come off here and then do one just there, but also then get away with one just here. And we'll add some additional stuff to it. I can then bring one up here, and we kind of back ourselves up slightly. Like this. Like that. See, this is looking a lot nicer. I'm going to keep this open there. Keep that open. And I could do a little thing going through there or even coming down here, but I'm going to keep that open as well. So I think that's a good little start for this side. I'll be happy to kind of stick with this. We'll maybe add a little additional here. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be kind of doing with this area up here. But if I run to there, to here, and then little 6. Oh no, the bend's there. 6 by 6, and then straight down. So we'll bring this up. This can go up in a straight diagonal. I love this little kind of style here of where it's all trying to follow the bend. It feels like an old school, like European style area. Oh, I'm actually going to go straight to there. And I'm going to cut this across to there. It's like new school meets old school. To there as well. And I could, if I wanted to be a little bit funky, bring this up to there and then see what type of bend I can create there. Just to kind of fill in the little gaps because of the train tracks. It's quite artistic. Artistic, boys. Artistic. So, oh my goodness me. Someone save me. Right. Water. around the area. Bam, 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 bam. There we go. The world's worst piping, but, you know, who you gonna call? So, let's do the commercial first. What happened here? Why is there no zoning on this road? Same with that road. Oh, it's the curse of the parallel tool, isn't it? It is the curse of the parallel tool. You gotta kind of then upgrade the road. I forget about the curse. And the same thing happens over here as well. Right, there we go. So we're going to do all the commercial first. And then we'll do it all here. So where the majority of the traffic's going to be running through, we place down the commercial. Do a nice little shopping strip. All low density, because, you know, that's how we roll for these suburb neighborhoods. And then we'll do the odd one or two placed a kind of around as small little corner stores. So we'll get that in there. 4x4 on both. I'll squeeze a little 4x4 in just there. So, because this area is quite large and built up, we'll put just the odd one or two in. Nothing too fancy like that. And then the rest of it is going to be then pretty much all residential. Going all the way down to there. So we'll start here first and kind of get all of this kind of connected up and around. So we'll just kind of go down to here for now. We'll zone it in stages rather than just kind of doing the whole thing and just hoping for the best. So we'll just kind of get to there. We'll fill this up. And I don't want to do it right to the end. So we'll go to here as well. There. So we'll just go for that for now. We're going to have to drop a couple of schools in. So go for some elementary schools near the park area that we'll eventually build up. We'll do a high school over on the opposite side. Very nice. We'll do a little bit of a small GP's office as well. Throw you in just here, why not? Do a smalling fire station. So a place is more over here. And then a police department on the opposite side. So there's a lot to do right there to get that all kind of connected up. You know, it's going to take a little bit of a while to kind of get all up and running. So we'll have a little bit of a fast forward. And hopefully the power will eventually spread. So we'll give that a minute or two. How are they enjoying the new road, by the way? So got a few vehicles using that, which is glorious. This seems to be all okay. They're splitting between the two lanes fairly easy. No dramas. And we've got trains coming in and out of both sides as well. So everything's all going to plan. Now these guys are complaining about there's too few services. For real? I placed down the police in. They've got fire. They have healthcare. What more do they need? They've got the public transport nearby. Deaf care. They have deaf care. Do these guys have deaf care, by the way? They kind of don't, do they? There isn't really much deaf care around here. Okay. So what do you mean by services? What do you mean? You know what I mean? Oh, these don't have power. Well, how did these not get power? I'm a little bit kind of taken back by that. I don't quite know what they mean by the services. I'm not too sure what to say about that one. That's an interesting development, might I add. Very interesting. Right, I might force the power connection. And what I might do is throw in your standardized parks to kind of create or force a power connection, which that does it just there. So at least this area is now up and running, which is glorious. Public transport. Now, we have this bus. Do you know what? When's the last time I checked this bus route? Because I've only got one bus route, which goes from the airport all the way up to our nature reserve over here, our little kind of beautiful landmark. How busy is it? Oh, no, I've got multiple lines. I forgot about the multiple lines. But what line is that? Is this... This is this line here, isn't it? I've got 10 buses, and I've got a fair few people waiting at some of the bus stops. I've added another 9. Just because. Just because. We'll see what difference that then kind of makes. But I do need more public transport, but that's what the ferry lines are going to do eventually. So, because this is all now getting built up, right, I can then start to think about implementing more ferry stops. Now, I won't do it for now, because I want to get this area up and running as well. But right now, we currently have a couple of lines that kind of go from here up and around. I can add one more stop either side just here. A stop either side just there. Maybe one just there. An additional stop. We've got 2 stops just there. So we can have additional one either here, there and there. I can then do another one here and there for this. There's a fair few just to add on to our current existing routes. But because we got the canal connected last episode, going over there, I can then start bringing a few through here, which will connect up this area. I don't get why these are complaining about the services, though. That I don't get. That I don't get. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to implement a little bus loop. So, if I start here, have a simple little bus route going around, just to get people to and from work a little bit easier. Actually, we'll bring it into there, the bus stop, rather than clogging up that. And I'm going to bring it over to here. So they've got to get to the airport to get on this bus route. No dramas, mate. No dramas. Why was it quicker to go that way round into here then? Skadoodling down there, I'll never know. But then back here, yeah. So, nice and simple. Nice and simple route. Again, no dramas. Just to then kind of fool them into thinking that there's a public service line and the workers can get to work a little bit easier. But we'll see how it grows. We'll see how it grows. Right. What kind of unique buildings could I potentially throw down? I got these beautiful museums as well, don't I? I feel like these would be quite good. The pedestrian street market. Well, we don't really have any of this just yet. This is all pedestrian kind of based stuff anyway. Right, I don't want any of this. This next level. Oh, the climate research station. That would be a kind of a good, nice little draw. Up here, wouldn't it? We got a meteor. We got the observation tower. The climate research station would be a nice little additional kind of attraction. But in itself, it is quite a large-ish building. So, do I kind of have like a slight detour for it? I reckon we do. So if I came up with a slight detour here. And then kind of brought this to an end just there. I could build this just here. And it's going to need water and the power, boys. Which we'll do another wind turbine. Connect the powers. So it has the water and the power. It just gives that additional draw up to this area. Which would be quite cool. Anyway, I got sidetracked with all the other stuff. Friendly neighborhood park. I feel like this will be again another good draw within this area. I'm gonna throw it down just there. Bulk this area up. Give it a little bit of leisure. The official park. This could be something that would be good in the IT area. Where though, I don't know. Maybe just throw it on the edge. Nice little official park on the edge right there of the waterfront. That'd be pretty cool for those guys. We have then the tax office. Yes, boys. Making sure these damn fools are being taxed. We need to build a proper, like, area for the like the legal and legislation buildings. The Grand Library. The Opera House. See, the Opera House will be good to go on the edge of the canal system somewhere. Like, what if it was to be built, for example, here? Alright, if I anarchied... Okay, the slope is too steep. Let me pause for a minute. So, bulk up. We'll do some more smart maneuvering. But, oh, I don't know if it feels right now. I think I'll slightly replace it, reposition it to this area. That's a bit better. That is definitely a whole lot better. And then just use the smoothing tool real quickly. Because I like the idea of this being right against the edge of the waterfront. Now, I gotta wait for the water to slightly adjust itself. But I don't know whether it's because, like, you know, like Sydney Opera House or whatnot. I just like the idea of it being a draw to the sea, or not the sea, the riverfront. I like that idea. Needs a bit of water, which is hilarious considering it's right next to the water. And I don't know how far I want to start pushing all of this stuff. Because I want to save some stuff for some, like, you know, unique areas. And that's probably what I should kind of wait for. It's probably what I should wait for more than anything. Yeah. Right, how's we going down here then? So this is slowly growing beautifully. You know, happy with how this is now turning out. This here is starting to become like quite a little busy junction. So I might need to kind of bulk this up a little bit as well. So if I upgraded this road here, bam, to a 4-lane highway, upgrade these. What is he trying to upgrade? Oh, there we go. I had no idea what he was trying to upgrade right there, but it just felt really, like, huge and bulky. That was really weird. There we go. And then, is there traffic lights here? There is. So, back into play mode anyway. So, we've made it a little bit more bulkier for the transitions of the lanes. So, to sort all this out, the usual jibber jabber right now. And then same here. Usual jibber jabber, mate. So everyone knows the system, the lanes they need to be in. And then there should be, well, there needs to be a node in the middle, which, as you can see, there's not one at the minute. So I'm going to have to add one in. Otherwise, people are going to be fixated in their area. So if I added that in there, that little split, which is that set to a crossing? I just need it to be the middle, right? But most importantly, by adding that little node in, it should then provide the ability for them to crisscross their lanes. So if they're like stuck, oh, this is all deleted. If they come obviously from this side and they want to do the left turn, they're able to merge the other area. Right, I didn't realize this was going to delete all my alignments. So get all that back in. Right, see that vehicle there and that truck there crossed over. That's why you need that middle node. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. There we go. So that bulks that junction up as well, so we can get more traffic flow through a lot quicker. We need power over here now. So, easiest way to connect it, we'll just go to there for now, like that. No stress, no dramas. How are the bus stops anyway? There's people actually, you know, standing at them. So they're going to be used. It's slowly building up. Again, I know this is all, it looks patchy right now because I haven't finished it, but I was just kind of doing it in stages, waiting for this kind of wave to build up. We got all the commercial over here in, and the residential is slowly growing as well. It's like they never want to push us over the 100,000 mark in population. It's kind of hilarious. It is kind of hilarious, but it's getting there. It is slowly getting there right now. We're getting these edge of the suburbs all up and running. I'm quite impressed. Quite impressed. Now, how are our industry areas doing? Still making a nice little chunk of change. No import, it's all our own production, which is quite important. Farming, all our own production, no import, again, very important. And that's the only two industries that I currently have. The forestry, the farming, oh, and the fishing. I forgot about the fishing, but these guys complain about there's not enough fish, so we kind of need more fish coming in. I forgot about the fishing industry. I was meant to expand upon that, and I haven't really done much with it. But also, remember this new route that we added in last episode? Check the line details on this. There's quite a few boats, additional boats needed right now. So I'm going to add 5 more boats on this, hoping we can kind of slowly start to reduce this. Where is this anyway? Ah, it's this one. It's because it's the first stop from there to over there. Right, an additional 7 boats. And then I assume it's going to be the same for this way. This will be busy going over there. How is this line doing anyway? That's doing alright. That is not too bad. That's doing actually fantastic. So additional boats will help us out. Get more people moving and a rocking and a rolling. And yeah, I feel like we're getting to that point right now where everything is settling down just beautiful. So I need to add in the canal lines going down and through this canal system. Where they go is entirely up to them. We can do a couple of different routes here and there, which provide passage to over here. Also unlocking all these areas. Got to add a few additional stops on this bend going down as well to access more of this area, which is fine. It's easy enough to do. We've done it in various other places, but CanalTown really is living up to its name. We have heavily built this city on canals, and the whole transportation system is all set up on canal boats as well. We probably do need a few more boats here, there, and everywhere, but it's absolutely glorious. And we've just crossed 100,000 residents. Amazing. You won't believe there's 100,000 people living here. Look at how small this area looks. It's like a few residents down here, couple over there, couple around here, and apparently that's 100,000. You wouldn't think it. But we'll end it for now anyway, guys. I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. Until next time, I see you all soon. So, goodbye.